Hey everybody, so I am currently entering a forest and my plan is to go and get lost on purpose. After my recent trip to Romania, I discovered how much fun it is to walk through the woods. So now that I'm back home, I'm doing more of the same. And today's plan is to walk for about 10 minutes or so, kind of randomly through this, and see if I can make my way back without looking at a map. There are a couple of interesting things about this forest preserve that I picked out. One is that it's big. In fact, it's called Big Woods. And second, there really aren't any good trails here, and none of them are like well defined. So it's easy to get lost in this, which makes for a more interesting challenge. Another twist to this challenge is that I'm starting it at 6:30 p.m. So that means that I have not too much time before the sun sets. So I'm gonna see if I can make my way back before then. And if not, then this should get spicy. I'm paying close attention to anything that can be used as a landmark to help me on the way back. I've passed by a group of fallen trees that looks distinct enough to remember. And also there's a state highway that's about half a mile or a mile north of where I am. So if I get too far north, then I will be able to hear the sound of the cars, and that'll let me know that I should turn around. I just saw a very large shadow move over in the distance. Now, luckily there are not any bears in this region, so it was probably a deer. And deer are pussies, they're not gonna fight. Wanted to do this adventure before too late in the year because this is wetlands area, and so there are a lot of mosquitoes around generally. I've already seen a few of them, but luckily not too many. There are actually a lot more fallen trees than I would have expected in this forest, so this has been a bit of a challenge to get around, but I believe in myself. I read about a guy who, back in the 80s, was driving his car and he just decided to stop and then live in the woods, where he would spend the next 30 years of his life. And he survived by stealing local supplies from nearby houses. And then beyond that, he just hid out. Didn't talk to anybody. The man's a goddamn hero. All right, this is about as far as I want to go. I'm gonna start finding my way back now. Like any well-adjusted adult, I often fantasize about leaving it all behind and living in the wilderness. But I thought about it. I think there'd be too many things about society that I would miss. Like toilets and toilet paper, those are two big ones. Also Domino's pizza. I would very much miss eating Domino's pizza. I think I picked the wrong forest to do this in. There's a fucking lot of poison ivy here, and also bugs. There are a lot of bugs. All right, I think I am actually lost because all these fallen trees are starting to look the same, and I have no idea if I've walked through this way before. If you look at this forest on a map, it's not too far from a very big black church. And I've always wanted to go to a black church. I think it'd be more fun than any of the shitty white churches that I had to go to when I was a kid, but no longer need to go to. I have a black friend, not to brag, and one day I asked him if he thinks if I would be allowed to go to a black church, and he said, and I quote, "Hell no." If anyone watching this has ever been to a black church, please let me know in the comments if it is actually as much fun as it looks. All right, this fallen tree actually looks familiar. I think I'm like, I don't know, maybe like a quarter of a mile away from the entrance. Let's see if I can actually find it. I haven't really emphasized this yet, but I have been doing a tremendous amount of backtracking. I just came across another dead end because this place has just a lot of fallen trees, and that's how it is. I'm peeing right now. Walking around off trail Not as much fun as walking around on trail. Constantly have to watch your head, make sure that you don't step in poison ivy, which I've done probably about a dozen times so far. This is why there have been so many mosquitoes on this walk. Just look at that water. It's not moving anywhere. It's just the way the mosquitoes like it. I know most of my videos tend to be about me exploring around outside, but that's not how I always was. Just like everyone else, I used to be a lazy child who only cared about video games. It's never too late to change. I see a house over in the distance. That means I'm not too far from the exit. I do like this idea as a challenge, and I'll probably do it again someday. But I'm thinking of different ways to change the difficulty of finding your way back to the entrance. And I think one good way would be to drink a lot of liquor. I'm a little surprised that I haven't seen a dead body yet. It seems like the perfect place for a dead body. I found a can of beer. This must be where the cool kids hang out. I think there are 3 reasons to go into the forest. 1 is to hike. 2 is to do drugs. 3 is to dump a body. If you can think of any other reasons, let me know in the comments. Finally made it back to this trail, which should bring me all the way out to the exit. Found my way back. That's about it for my adventure in the forest. My skin itches, so I'm gonna go to CVS to get that treated. All right, see ya.